I think after this, we're going to play Cookie Clicker Simulator, which is this green-white Rosie Heliod pile with the one ring. So we're going to try that afterwards. Innkeeper, nah. It's got to be mulligan. And it's clunky. This Ballista loves being in my hand. I don't know if I can keep this either. How many mana dorks do we have? A lot. I think I have to mulligan this hand also. This doesn't do anything. No DRC GD. No DRC GDS. 4 Dothy, 4 Shadow, 2 Kroxa, 4 Bowmaster, 4 Ragavan, 4 Expressive Iteration, with Thoughtseize, Lightning Bolt, Fatal Push, Spell Pierce, Terminate, Unholy Heat. I feel like you have a lot of 1 mana removal. Like, you really need 4 Lightning Bolt, 3 Unholy Heat, 3 Fatal Push. That seems like a lot. I feel like you're gonna end up running out of threats that way. I'm also not sure if I'm a big fan of Dothy and GDS. I'm looking at this. You'd shop that hand too. Alternatively, ship that hand. I guess I put back 2 lands here. It depends on who you ask. I don't like Chalice on 1 against Hammer because they can just Violin Hammer with Stoneforge Mystic. They also have Forge Anew now, so they can get a hammer into play with Forge Anew. But if you ask somebody like Mangu really likes Chalice on 1 against Hammer and brings it in, so it just depends on who you ask. I don't like it though. I never boarded in against Hammer. I found my win rate to be better without boarding in Chalice on 1 against Hammer. It does stop Surge, which is kind of nice, but Surge is usually good against you as soon as turn 1, and Chalice doesn't come down until 2. Yeah, what's the opponent going to wish for on 7 mana? Maybe it's that Necromancer card. Oh, they're playing the 5-color variant. Spike Feeder, Scurry Oak, or do I just play Noble Hierarch? I think whatever I'm playing is probably going to end up getting shot by Dryad. I don't know. I don't think I have a good option here. I don't think they're playing Titan. I'm pretty sure they're playing Bring to Light. I'm actually going to go with the Noble here. I just want to guarantee Collected Company next turn instead of having to high roll a land. I think whatever I'm playing is dying regardless. Probably just going to shoot it with Valakut, as long as they have 2 lands in hand. Maybe it was Spike Feeder, just to try to high roll them not having lands. I don't like it either. Mangu does think it's good though. Yeah, this is going to be hard to beat. We just didn't have a mana dork in our first 3 hands. I think that's a lot of 1 mana spot removal for you also playing Bowmaster, right? Because Bowmaster takes out a lot of important 1-drops, but working then keep at it. I just think you're kind of screwed if you like pair into a non-interactive or non-creature deck. Not necessarily a non-interactive deck. And Coco's not even going to win here because they can crack the Flooded Strand and then bolt something of mine. If you're about Living End right now, I think it's... I've always thought that Living End is a deck that can never be too good, and it'll never be the best deck in the format just because there's too many hate cards for it. People still play Ragavan even though Bowmaster's everywhere. Like, you still have to play X1s to a degree. Ragavan's too powerful. Alright, we'll concede here. We can never win. What do we want against their deck? Maybe Boromir? Alright, Boromir works against Bring to Light. Take the Boromir. Archon's probably not. Damping Sphere, definitely not. Endurance, no. Force, no. Sanctifier, Path to Exile, probably all knows. Path to Exile might be decent against Dryad. But it just ramps. I'm not bringing in Paths. Just ramps them and makes natural Scapeshift kills more likely to happen anyways. I'll go down like a ring here. I could go down a Ballista. Go down a Ballista. You think Living End will ever be better than Murktide? I think in terms of representation, it's probably more represented than Murktide at the moment. None of these hands have Bandit Orcs in them. I'm mulligan this hand. I seem to go fast against them, and none of these hands are allowing me to go fast. We keep this hand and put back Auriok Champion. It's not good, though. Archon might be fine. I should have played Temple Garden on one also. Should have just played it tapped. There's no reason to play Razorverge on one. I just clicked the wrong land. I just wasn't paying attention. I guess we'll go -2 life next turn. Which is actually pretty relevant against the Scapeshift deck. Did my dog paint that Heliod? It's not a bad looking Heliod. Kind of cool. Yep. Do we high roll the Collected Company? I think we can afford to try high rolling the Collected Company here. Could also play Ring, but I think high rolling the Collected Company is going to be a little bit better. Heliod, Boromir, Scurry Oak. Actually, I think Scurry Oak combos, right? Yes, this is a combo. This is infinite. So I gain a life here, and then I put the counter. Here it makes the squirrel. I get a counter, make a squirrel. I'm going to always yes, always yield, and then we're going to break Moto. And then we always yield. And I save targets. Yeah. Excellent. Yes. Yes. I've automated my cookie clicker. It used to be slower, yeah. Now I don't have to do anything. Look, Ma, no hands. Unbounded loop detected. It's mad. It is so mad. Not happy. Alright. I think maybe I could. Maybe I do want the Path to Exiles over a couple of Auriok Champions. Auriok Champions seem not so good. You know, things that seem not so good. Find a new song. I don't know. It's a little bit loud. How's this hand? Nah, not fast enough. This hand's good though. No, you don't just win if it detects an unbounded loop. My opponent said this is infinite life, and I said yes, and they said okay. I concede. Squirrel Army definitely breaks Moto. Yeah, they conceded infinite life and not infinite squirrels, but I was gonna get both by Halfling. Is this a Dryad? Fairy. Fairy's pretty good here. I only have 3 cards in hand though. I'm gonna bounce my Heliod. Next time I'm just gonna play Ring. But definitely bouncing the Heliod, right? If they let the Heliod survive, then I could just top deck combo. Yeah, I guess they could bounce Leyline Binding Heliod. It's probably smarter to do that. Just not have to deal with it coming back down. Depends on how fast their hand is, though. Bouncing the Heliod. I would kind of welcome the uncounterable Ring next turn. Where are my archers? Last game we archered. Last match. This match we're playing Cookie Clicker. Prosperous Innkeeper. And the Prosperous Innkeeper. So I'll figure out what to do this turn. I'll start by drawing. We can go Innkeeper, Heliod, Halfling. Kind of awkward. Get a forest here. So the combos are Rosie plus Scurry Oak, or you can go Innkeeper plus Heliod plus Scurry Oak, and that makes infinite life, infinite tokens. Or you could just have Heliod plus Ballista as a combo. There's a few combos in this list. Let's go to the Innkeeper here. Make it Ren proof. They're probably playing Ren in 6. Beat Tamashi 4 color and burn. Nice. And maybe Silencer. There's Grand Abolisher, which is like a silence on a stick. Grand Abolisher is a sweet card though. Bounce my Heliod. Razor. Ring Delight kills me. Assuming they have enough mountains in their deck still. I feel like they have a lot on board. So maybe they just don't have enough mountains. They usually run like 8 or 9, depending on the list. They might not have enough here. Looks like they have Scape Shift. And they have 6 more mountains in their list. 5? I don't think that kills me, right? Puts me to 1. Oh, I died of the ring. Shit. Oh, second ballot could also kills me? Yeah, okay. Sense. Yep. Checks out. I'm not letting these 4 rings go. Yeah, we're cookie clicking. I'll keep this hand. But the damping spheres, you're not beating Tron anyways. True. Opponent just lava spiked me. I got bad news for you, opponent. You're not gonna be happy like against me. I might have a piece of life gainer 10. I play Innkeeper, Halfling, Tapland. Probably fine. Leonin Arbiter. You can't really run fetches though, which makes it like slightly awkward. You have to redo your entire mana base. Give me a fetch. Oh, and Spike Feeder plus Heliod's also an infant combo. I think I forgot to mention that earlier. Thanks, I probably like tier 2. I think it's better than people give it credit for. Mana's kind of awkward though. Does I play the ring? I can just play Spike Feeder and just like gain 4 life. Spike Feeder's probably the play here. Just block and gain life. Yeah. This deck sucks on MTGO. Fuck. Gain 2 life. Gain 2 life. Galactic Company, huh? Spoiler parody for Explorer Anthology. Colorless. Cathar Shield. Dark Steel Forge. Green. Aetherwind Basker. Ajani's Comrade. Blue. The Primordial and Aquasteed. Black Faded Return. White Ajani. Multicolor. A second Ajani. Ankle Shaker. Doom Blast. Yo, Doom Blast is sick. Love Doom Blast. That can't be parody. Doom Blast is coming back for sure. I guess I could fetch a Plains here. Go Auriok Champion. And then collect the company. I have assembled the combo. Always yes, yes. Save targets here. Always yield. I'll come back. I wasn't done. I need to make more squirrels. Sanctifier. Boromir. Nah, Boromir's probably not good enough. Archon's good enough, though. 1 ring, 0 rings. Path to Exile is probably okay. Got the second Ballista, and 1 Scurry Oak. I crashed Moto game 1 of round 1. Then my opponent killed me. Feels bad, man. Well, they killed me in the next game. It's really good. The Zoo Reanimator scam deck from Dak Faden. I did. I saw it on Twitter. Was disgusted. I was like, well, I mean, think of the content. I'm gonna shock myself because I want to fetch planes. I got some good content with it. That's what it's all about at the end of the day. I bolted my Noble. On 1 land here. Auriok Champion. Go. Your opponent creativity into Elf and Sundering Titan. Everybody lost all their lands that day. And we won! This what your league was like, Doomwake? Just queuing to burn over and over? It's a keeper. This is the type of a hand where the ring looks insane. Ring is just so good here, right? Dump out my entire hand. Drawing a bunch of cards. I was getting a lot of hands that just had a bunch of 3-drops in it. So, I'm not sure. Bring the Lightscape Shiftless from Bologna is really dope. Do you have a list for it? So I definitely didn't see that one. Happy to try it out at some point this week. Halfling. Halfling on halfling violence. I think they Fury me if they're playing 4-color. Oh god, please don't Fury me. Ren and 6 is fine, just don't Fury me. Fairies, whatever. Balance my halfling. So rude. Died the fairy. Alright. Go back to the radio. Ren and 6 plus pick up a land, play land, pass the turn. Kind of surprised I didn't kill my Noble Hierarch, but I guess there's missing land drops over there. Maybe they play second Ren and 6. Ping my, I don't know. Leyline Binding? Oh, okay. Takes out the ring. Kind of awkward here. Nothing I can play is that good. For 1-1. I guess I could play Rosie and then pump Innkeeper. That's probably good, right? Pump the Innkeeper, kill the Ren and 6. Ren and 6 is going to be a menace otherwise. Yes. You evangelize Dingo. True. Here's the list. Three ring. How many Omnath? 3 Omnath, 3 ring. Interesting. Yeah, it looks pretty sweet. I like the one crumble that does just some you don't lose to Tron ever. I like it. Sweet list. Is this 70 main deck? 70 main deck. Amazing. 70 main deck and you couldn't even find room for the 4th ring. Modern players these days. Another Ren and 6. Speaking of modern players these days. Picking up land. Might as well just add 10 more for Yorion. Just made so many Yorion players mad right now. Just made them upsetty. I play Spike Feeder. It costs 2 to move a counter over. Expanded Modern. They block with Halfling. They do block with Halfling. I'm gonna hold on to the Spike Feeder. For at least a little bit. Play second champion though. Yeah, Rosie's a 1-1. She is fragile. I'm probably gonna get pinged. He's not a 1/4. She's but a 1/1. As long as they don't have a Supreme Verdict here, I feel like we're still okay. If they ever have Supreme Verdict, we're dead. Vote 3, pick up a land. Omnath. Yes, yes. Ring. I draw a Heliod as that game. I might gain infinite life. Might not game though. Another Spike Feeder. We're drawing the wrong half of our deck here. No Heliods, no Scurry Oaks. Both would be kind of absurd here. Play Spike Feeder, and then we'll leave up the distributed counter over. I think we're going to attack with the Prosperous Innkeeper. So I can grow to a 5/5. By virtue of the Noble Hierarch triggers, plus the moving of the Spike Feeder counter. I have Discord noises on. Turn those off immediately. Must have accidentally hit my hotkey. Box with Omnath. Remove a counter. So how's this worded? Remove a counter from Spike Feeder, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. Move it over. Leyline Binding. No. The humanity. I remember you, Innkeeper. One might not be on Fury. A lot of these 4-color lists have been cutting Fury in favor of just Solitude for more life gain. Almost on Halfling Tribal. Halfling. I think those are the only two, though. Kind of like Halfling Tribal. Second Omnom. Is Innkeeper a Halfling? It is a Halfling. I didn't even realize Innkeeper was also a Halfling. Noble Hierarch number 3. Sign me up. Attack Auriok Champion at red and 6. Halflings, Gods, and Trees. Sounds like the title of like Poetry Night. What an awkward game. We just like can't find the other half of our combo pieces. And our ring and everything we've ever loved has been Leyline Binding. Now we're talking about 70 card Bring to Lightscape Shift. Not 70 card Tron. Check this out. What is this? 65 card Amulet. I can't get behind people playing more than 60. There's like make my deck a little bit more inconsistent, at least not without a payoff. If you have a payoff like Yorion, it's totally worth it. I think I'm gonna move this over to Auriok Champion. Yeah. It has a bad matchup versus Mill. It's strategic. It does, in fact, have a bad matchup against Mill. Right about that. Games are gonna go forever, by the way. Might actually end up timing out our opponent. Lord of the Rings Modern. 2 Boromir. Halfling, Goose. I think you should play 4 Halfling. 3 Heliod, 3 Innkeeper, 4 Rosie, 4 Samwise, 4 Scurry Oak. What does Samwise do for you in this list? Urza Saga. Not sure what Samwise really does for you. I guess you could buy back historic stuff sometimes. I don't know if it's worth it though. This turn 2 to Yawgmoth, player twice with Hammer. You're that guy, Slayer. Mostly just the Lord of the Rings character synergy. Fair enough. Can't argue with that. 5/6 Halfling. Is this the biggest Delighted Halfling? I think that's the largest Halfling I've ever seen. Incredibly Delighted Halfling. Just took down a whole Omnath. Well, I imagine this from a flavor perspective. This dude just kills a jelly bean, a giant jelly bean. That's made of pure energy, I guess. How can we beat Elishnorn? I don't know if we can. Ballista Heliod beats Elishnorn. Infinite Life technically also beats Elishnorn. Technically. Depends on how long we want to sit here and cookie click. Heliod? Or were you when I needed you? Rosie's already dead. You went to 222 against creativity and they timed out. Amazing. I think we keep both of these in hand, unfortunately. I think our 4-color opponent might time out here too. My halfling. Yep, they have the same enemy, the clock. Shooting all of my Noble Hierarchs. Feels bad, man. Well, if we could manage to rip a collected company into Heliod plus Spike Feeder, then we definitely win this game. Unless they probably have interaction at this point. Alright, now collect the companies. That could be good enough. We're still at 35, so you do need to kill us. I guess part of playing this deck is playing the clock game. Auriok Champion, go. The blocker for Omnath. Doesn't seem like a very good matchup, though. How many lands are we on? 20? 20. With 8 mana dorks. Plus the 3 innkeepers, which are like pseudo mana dorks. Attack smooth everything. Yeah, it makes sense that the sagas would help against Money Pile. Maybe they deck out. They only have 11 cards left. Nah, they're not gonna deck out. They're so far ahead. Just like kill us next turn. So they have 4, 11, 15 damage. So I need to play Spike Feeder and gain some life. I want to live another turn. Heliod. 4. So close. Yet so far. Something tells you we're losing. Nah. We'll be fine in game 2. I've tried playing against Mono Bump in the night. It's on my list. Just gotta queue into burn again. We're 1-1. We queued into not burn, and then we queued into burn. Let them kill me. Gotta play this game Reed Duke style. Pick up your cards when your life total is -3. Alright. Boromir is probably fine. Sure, I want a ton else. Auriok Champions don't look that good. I don't think I want Path to Exile either, but maybe. Against Omnath. Kind of a tough sell. I just board minimally. I could bring in like FOV against Leyline Binding. Seems kind of narrow though. Path might be alright. Does combat Elishnorn as well. Let's do this. I guess they have Fable. Does that make Force worth it though? Maybe like 1 copy of Force can come in. Seems a little bit narrow to me. Keep this hand. Yeah, I could see bringing in like 1. Let's go to game 3. We'll bring in 1. Sacrifice a Baguette. Draw a card. My opening hands have not been great. Alice on 1. One might be dead next turn. Their hubris on the chalice will be their undoing. Depends on if they have a free spell. They have Solitude, then they're not dead. They don't have Solitude. They very well might be. Teferi. Bounce Heliod. Pending for Heliod, probably. Looks like a pending. Now we're flooding. Help me, deck. Save me. The One Ring. Also, my moto's getting laggy. I'm gonna have to go for a restart pretty soon here. Om nom nom. Play the ring, draw a card. Watch you get Leyline Binding. He said. I really don't know if I like 2 Walking Ballistas. I guess it's good in the interactive matchups, but pretty lackluster without Heliod. My Innkeeper. No. I'm gonna kill my Innkeeper. No respect. Big 0. Scam's amazing against Living End. Scam, like, very seldom loses to Living End. My ring. Jabor. I'm not playing control. You missed the control stream, Jabor. That was earlier. You missed it. Thank you, Jabor. Hope you had a wonderful stream. You missed the good content. How did the Scam Living End matchups play out? You play like 1 piece of hate against them and then just concede. No, like, it really comes down to Dothy. Dothy does a lot of work in the matchup because you can move to discard on turn 1 and discard Dothy. If they ever play a Shardless Agent that you can recast Living End, it's a little bit worse against Violent Outbursts, but Dothy's really good both in play and in the graveyard. Any sort of graveyard hate out of the sideboard is amazing. Discard spells are really good against Living End. Like, it's so much. They just struggle so badly. Oh, same. I did that yesterday. Opponent attacking me out of anger. Heliod Spike Feeder. They gotta have some sort of interaction, right? No way they don't. I gained 2. Aww. Rest easy, Spike Feeder. You have lethal with Ballista plus Heliod. Not quite. Because you have to play a 2/2 Ballista and then give it lifelink. An active in-play Voidwalker stops Living End? Not quite. You need a Dothy in the graveyard. Because if you have a Dothy in the graveyard and they cast Living End, then the Living End gets exiled when Dothy comes back out of the graveyard with a Void counter. And then you could activate Dothy on your turn, sacrifice it, cast Living End. What Dothy does in play is it acts as like a pseudo Leyline of the Void, right? And every time they cycle a creature, it goes to exile instead. Snoring. Yeah, non-summoning sick Dothy is absolutely insane. If a Dothy's in play and they cast Living End, then unless you sacrifice the Dothy, then if you leave it in play and the Living End resolves and it just dies to the Living End, then it does not exile the Living End. Not quite. Am I playing around Solitude Binding? Or am I just playing a Ballista on 2 and hoping for the best? I think I'm just playing a Ballista on 2 and hoping for the best. Company first. I can company after. Are they almost out of time playing 4 color? Of course they're almost out of time. I'm killing all of their board. It's gonna kill their entire board. Then upkeep lifelink it again. Alright, let's bring that 1 FOV that we were talking about. Maybe I don't want any Auriok champions. Bring in like 2 FOV. Sure. Seems kind of unlikely that they can win that game, but it starts with a Renin 6 on 2. If they have Renin 6 on 2, I'm in trouble. That's not Renin 6 on 2. Looks like a Chalice on 1. Alright, well that didn't go great for them last time. See if it pays off for them this time. Seems unlikely that they're going to be able to win this game in 3 minutes. Very bound Scurry Oak. My Oak. Oh, my Noble Hierarch. Or Noble Hierarch, rather. Rosie? Not Rosie. Oh, I guess I'll kill the Fairy cast Spike Feeder. Aspiring Spike Feeder. It does. It triggers it. As she comes in play, she makes a token. She puts a +1/+1 counter on it. That is party time. Fairy bound Scurry Oak. Yeah, 4 color losing the clock. Classic. I just think I play Ring here. Take out Tev, play Ring. This is absolutely a draw on paper. I've assembled the Wombo. I like to gain life here. Go back up to 20. I need to draw here. Might as well, right? Start with Innkeeper. And the Scurry Oak, probably. Can't play in my 1-drops because they have a Chalice on 1, so I'll just pass. Chalice check them, bro. I chalice checked myself too many times yesterday. Need to chalice check anymore. Take the damage. Take the damage. And, alright, Rosie. Makes them have to Solitude Scurry Oak. Save targets always yield. Alright, I guess we'll draw a couple and then we'll play a replacement ring here. I think it's a little bit more safe than like trying to go for something else. Which means I won't die next turn. I can still kill my creatures though. Replacement ring. I want that one. Triggering the Innkeeper doesn't matter, right? You have to put a counter on it first. Without Heliod, triggering the Innkeeper doesn't put a counter on it. Ever chalice check a computer program? They're pretty good at noticing it. Scurry Oak number 2 does not win the game. I have no way of putting the initial counter on it. Plus on 3. Five seconds on the clock. As collected company. Innkeeper. Halfling. Kinda can't cast any other card in my hand, so... I'll just pass, I guess. Pass, jump block. Alright. GG's bread. Playing on trackpad? Oh, that's so rough. So rough. The chalices are really good though. Traveling makes sense. I want to go Scurry Oak, or I guess I just play Scurry Oak here. Yeah, the chalice on 3 clicks. Possible that they have Condescend for one, so I don't think I want to play the ring here. I think I'll just play Innkeeper. My fingers cramping. Looking for a Rosie here. Repeal. Rude. Or Heliod. Still have Condescend here. Yeah, I think I'm still playing around Condescend. Shark Typhoon. Some of the cards that Bluetron plays just blow my mind. Alright, I don't think we can play around Condescend anymore. We are in fact playing Cookie Clicker. I think we take a draw here. Oh, you're really good, but you're not resolving. Good try. She's not resolving. Yeah, they already repealed me once. Oh, she resolved. Excellent. Got these Innkeeper triggers on the stack. Yeah, opponent's just chilling with O-Stone in hand. How much life should we go up to, chat? $1 million? Alright. My favorite part is just up. Hold on, I gotta reposition my mouse. Lift it. There we go. Now we can just cookie click. Unbounded loop detected. It's mad. Always yes. Always yield. Did I say you could stop yielding? Download and auto click. Is it F7? I don't think F7 set to anything. Isn't there like a stack triggers stack abilities automatically? It just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. Always yes. Always yield. Yeah, it doesn't even work. This will never stop until I stop it. So, we're just deciding how much life we should go up to. Loops. Unbounded loops. My opponent said, how many are you making? I said, I don't know. It says unbounded loop detected, and then it makes you unyield the Scurry Oak, and then you re-yield the Scurry Oak. I just asked them if they could beat Infinite Life. Alright, next time it says Unbound Loop Detected, I'll stop doing it. They said I have O-Stone in hand. Alright, that's good enough for me. What's happening? Okay. Alright, well, attacking them's pointless. They have protection, but we're still gonna attack anyways, just for the flex. It's a rather large tree. Exalt trigger, of course. There goes everything I've ever loved. My tree. Yep, that's it. That's all I've ever loved. My tree. What I hate about playing this deck is like sometimes you just do that and then they have the answer and you're like, why did I waste so much time? Why did I waste so much time? Like they're probably just gonna Mind Slaver lock me out of this game anyways, so. Well, they do draw a card every turn. Impulse. I have no idea what Bluetron plays. Bluetron plays whatever Bluetron feels like playing, so. I've chosen Walking Ballista. No, I completely agree though. Bluetron plays whatever Bluetron feels like. It's one blue and a generic. Toss it in there. For as good as he was, there was still never an established list, really. But I think like his list was probably the closest thing to a stock Bluetron list that there is. See, like here's the thing. Now they're just gonna beat me down from 73 instead of like actually having a win condition that wins through infinite life. Which is the frustrating thing about this deck on Moto. Because they would deck out before me. They might be just to scoop it up. Academy runes, yeah, maybe they have Academy runes. I do have Academy runes, so they got it. It's good enough for me. What do we want against Bluetron? I guess Damping Sphere is fine-ish. Yeah, Umog beats Infinite Life also. Either or. What do we want to cut here? Auriok Champion. Forces in. Maybe Boromir. Boromir doesn't seem that great. I like 2 forces. Maybe just cut some ring. Cut a ring because of Karn. That's great. Turn 2 Damping Sphere. Turn 3 Coco. My Moto's lagging, by the way. It's lagging from the infinite combos. Rosie. Try to Coco when they tap out here. If they tap out. Scurry Oak and Rosie. How true Remand get taxed by 1? Yeah, I forgot about the tax from Damping Sphere. No, you're right, I should have cast it. I actually forgot about that completely. Damping Sphere, not exactly the most common sideboard card. Sometimes I forget about the tax. Yeah, I should have definitely cast it there. What the draw 3 cards, Island Cycling? That does not seem very playable. Yeah, I forgot about the decks, so we should have Coco'd there. We got absolutely nothing for our troubles. Factual, nothing. Finally resolved a Coco. For this, Mono Bluetron does play literally anything. If it's got a blue symbol and it requires a lot of mana, they're like, it's in there. It's in there. Alright, uncounterable Rosie incoming. It is going to cost me an additional 1. I'm just going to make 20 here. My opponent is making 20. Frost Titan sweet. It sucks, but it's sweet. Love me a Frost Titan. Yep. My opponent, can you beat it? Repeals the damping sphere. Oh, stone. No! All of my hard work for nothing. This sucks. I hate this. Stupid Tron. Give up. Yeah, give up. Tron. Blue Tron's the best deck. I'll make a pull. Is this burn? I have Giganta. It's not burn. Oh, it's burn. It's like artifact burn. I have a bunch of decks on my browser tabs, so I'll probably just put like 4 of them on the poll. This one I already played. I think this one I already played too. So we have GDS. We have. I'll go through them later. We'll go through them later. The deck was sick. Very much enjoyed that Boros Armor deck. I will put your GDS on the poll. Can't guarantee that GDS is going to win the poll, though. I need my opponent to not kill me. I guess I just play Heliod and hope they don't murder me. Please don't murder. Please don't do a murder. Yeah, Infinite Life might be A-okay in this matchup. No! I'm dead. Died on 3. Sanctifier. Archon. This Boromir's fine. I don't want to take out the ring. We're not going to be drawing cards off the ring in this matchup. I'm a Scurry Oak. Lander, nope. Try this hand. It's not amazing. I think Archon's a little bit better than Damping Sphere. Are they womboing me again? You're gonna wombo me again? Well, hello. Survive! We have to survive! See if we can. Starboard. Yeah, a little bit of Spike Feeder. A little bit Infinite Life, a little bit getting destroyed by Bluetron. Nothing out of the ordinary here. 4 rings. Yep, I sided them out. Because I don't think they're very good in this matchup. Survive! Avaros, thank you for the raid as well. Lots of raids coming in today, appreciate it. How's your stream, my friend? Listen to a video game radio station called Rainwave. Rainwave.creativecommons, which has a long list of video game music to choose from. And to choose from, I mean, they autoplay it, but you can vote on whatever songs you want to hear. Don't you name Spike Feeder. I'm gonna be real upset if you name Spike Feeder. Walking Ballista. Okie dokie. Game 3. 1, 2. Hand's too sketchy. Hand's really sketchy too. Basic Forest doing me in. Yeah, I remember that creativity player. I got the mulligan this hand also. Hand's a lot better. Well, the creativity player was like, I was gonna concede if you kept going, and I was already at 120 from starting at like 16. They're like, if you kept going, I would have conceded. Like, what kind of absolute troll? That was the last time I played this deck. That was like 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago. Whenever Lord of the Rings first came out, it was like day 2. Where I'm gonna gain a few life. Yeah, that's why the deck doesn't get played online very often at all. I think this deck's a lot better in paper. Dare I say this deck is even great in paper. What happens in the infinite life mirror? First person to get infinite damage wins. Whoever gets a Walking Ballista typically wins. Infinite damage will always be infinite life. Spin the wheel. What do we find? Auriok Champion Heliod. Heliod's a creature. You get a counter. And you get a counter. Everybody gets a counter. And you get a counter. And Heliod gets a counter. Tron's like the best deck at beating infinite life, I think. Pretty sure Coffers can beat infinite life. Amulet Titan can probably beat infinite life. I don't know, it's kind of hard for Amulet though. You get a counter. And you get a concession. And you get a concession. Everybody gets a concession. Alright, congratulations, believers. All right, let's figure.
Have you
Bing
peeked?
bong, bing bong, bing bing bong.
Have you peeked?
You're a third-rate duelist.
I can't take it anymore.